Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic crossbreed as always. And I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology items we have in front of us to get an idea where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have 3. So third house for you guys is Gemini, and we actually will have a full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December. But yeah, third house in general points to communications, short journeys, and siblings. All right, we have Saturn. So Saturn actually is in Pisces, which is your 12th house, and it's still retrograde right now, but it's actually going to start direct motion on the 27th of November, so it will be direct all of December, but it'll still be in your 12th house. 12th house points to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. And we have your sign. So yeah, there is some Aries energy in the main spread for sure. But yeah, could just be saying that you guys might be putting a little bit more focus on yourselves this month. But we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Hanged Man, which I usually view as Pisces energy, and challenge that we have the Three of Wands, which is an Aries energy. So, could just be saying that you're looking at things from multiple angles at this time, trying to think of what your next move should be. And then with the Three of Wands in the challenge position, it could just be saying, that there's probably a good reason for you to do so. But I feel like this is saying try not to stay in that energy for too long, right? Expecting something to fall into your lap. It looks like eventually you will have to take action. In the foundation position, we have the Strength card. So Leo energy here. And yeah, this looks like this is saying ultimately you're holding yourselves back in some way. Now, maybe you feel like, okay, you don't want to make an impulsive decision around something, right? You want to make sure that the decision you make is a good one. So yeah, I feel like this is saying you are taking a measured approach to things this month, but if anything, it seems like, you're probably more prepared than you might think for this decision that you're thinking about. In the past position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, so this could just be saying this is something that you've probably been thinking about for a while as well. The idea might have come to you suddenly, but for whatever reason, once the idea came to you, it might have been hard for you to shake it, right? So now it just feels like something that's just been running through your mind constantly. All right. In the present position, we have the Emperor. So this is actually the major arcana card for your sign. And yeah, this is one of the indicators that point to what I was feeling, which is, like I said, with the Strength card and the Foundation. So this is saying you're ultimately more prepared to make this decision than you might feel at this time. But yeah, again, like I said, it seems like for a lot of you, you're not necessarily thinking of not doing whatever this is, but it just might be a situation where you just might overanalyze it before taking action. And in your future position, speaking of overanalyzing, we do have the Hermit. So yeah, this is Virgo energy here. So for some of you, maybe this is a decision around work, or maybe just your daily routines that you're looking to change up. But whatever this is, it seems like it's something that you want it to stick, right? So I feel like this is saying that, you don't want this to be a decision you make, and yeah, maybe it's great in a moment for a month, and then next thing you know, you're done with it, right? So yeah, maybe this is as simple as, given that this is a December reading, maybe you guys are thinking about what New Year's resolutions you want to set for yourselves, right? So it could be something like that. And of course, if you ultimately want that resolution to succeed, right? You don't want it to be something that, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do this, and then January 8th, you already broke it, right? So it could be one of those things. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, so I feel like this is saying that you could definitely trust your intuition this month, and maybe that's the struggle that you're having, right? You might be getting a lot of intuitive insight. Like we talked about, we have Saturn that's been in your 12th house for a while, and now it's starting direct motion. So as we move through December, It'll be picking up a little momentum. You have Neptune retrograde there as well, but that's also going to start its direct cycle on the 10th of December. So maybe this is saying that as those planets get shifting again, they'll build a little more momentum, and then you could trust yourselves a little bit more at that point. All right, in the environment position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So for some of you, yeah, this could just be another indicator that this might be more of a financial decision that you're trying to make at this time. If that's the case, when we get to toward the end of December, this is actually what this card represents. It represents the first 10 degrees of Capricorn. So it could just be saying that you might get a little closer to making a final decision as we get toward the end of the month. Which again would align with what I was saying, between the retrogrades in your 12th house, starting direct cycles, and picking up momentum as we move through the month. You might start to build confidence on what you're working on at that point. In the hopes or fears position, we have the King of Swords. So yeah, so I feel like this is you just hoping that that your mind is sharp, right? Like I said, I feel like you're just second guessing yourselves in a way. So I feel like this is saying you're really close to making that decision. You feel like you're clear headed about it, but you're like, hopefully I'm, not missing something here, right? And I mean, that could also point to the fact that we currently also have Mercury retrograde too. So that could be part of what's at play there. And in the outcome position, we have the King of Wands. So this is technically Leo energy, but of course, fellow fire sign. But yeah, I feel like this is saying that ultimately you will be feeling a lot more confident in what your decision is going to be as we get later on in the month. Right. And bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So this is Leo energy here as well. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that ultimately, when you do make your decision, you will be celebrated for the decision. It looks like it's going to lead to success and recognition. So it's just one of those things. Like I said, I feel like if anything, it looks like you might be over prepared for the moment. But, along with that comes the overthinking it as well, right? So it's just a matter of, letting the overthinking part whittle away. And then you actually realize when you do make the decision that, okay, yeah, you're actually ready for this moment. From the Four Agreements deck, we have Become a White Magician, and it says be impeccable with your word. All right, it says all the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. Interesting message there, but that does call back to what we were talking about with the Mercury retrograde energy that we're currently experiencing. So maybe that's part of what that's pointing to there. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Treasure Island. There's the artwork, and the number is 9. So we also have the 9 with the Hermit energy as well, but we'll see what this says in the book. All right, it says the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the result of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and a sharing of good fortune. The Oracle's message: you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map of buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, especially when it said all the hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off. That makes me think of the hangman energy that we see there, right? And then, like we said, we see the emperor, the hermit, King of Wands in the outcome. High Priestess also could point to the inner workings of your life and all that. But yeah, it seems like the timing's going to be right. And like we said as well, with all those heavy energies in your 12th house, starting direct motion again as we progress through the next month or so, you're definitely going to feel that shift too. The relationship message says your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. So yeah, I mean, I will say, like I said, this seemed to point to more of a financial situation, but for those of you looking for relationship guidance, that sounded like a pretty good message as well. So hopefully that resonated. And the prosperity message says, at this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. So yeah, another indicator that, like I said, it seems like whatever this decision is that you've been mulling over, it seems like you're more than capable to meet the moment. And like I said, it seems like eventually any mental fog you feel around it will start to lift as we move through the month. And it looks like you'll be confident in making your decision as we get toward the end of the month. So with that said, hopefully you guys have a good holiday season and everything, and I will talk to you all next month. All right, bye.